how do you know you're changing? Seems like a crazy question, but I've worked with enough people who think they're changing and they aren't. Oh yeah, we love change around here. We're all about change. But it turns out that's just a lot of self-delusion. Ursula K. Le Guin said, when I lie to myself, I am the most likely to pretend I'm changing. It would be great if we had something we could actually give people to drink on the way into work, right? Here, take a shot of this. You'll change. Feeling different? Yeah, but really, we've got to get past change as a buzzword. We've got to turn it into something that we actually do, not talk about. So, how does it feel? What do you see when people change? And what do you do about it to keep it going? All right, first thing, change always feels uncomfortable. If it doesn't feel uncomfortable, people saying, I love change, they're full of it. That is not true. It always feels uncomfortable. It's like trying to change your grip or your swing. As a golfer, you're going to get pushback. That's what you're going to see. People saying, it just doesn't feel right. Of course it doesn't feel right. It's change. And as change, you've got to do this. You've got to say, I understand. As you change, your performance goes down. But then it's going to start coming up. Hang in there. Don't give up on it. Change always hurts our performance unless you suck for other reasons. A second thing that you're going to feel when you're changing is you're going to sense the loss. Change is a kind of grieving for people. Even positive change feels like loss. And so as you go through it, people are going to say, I wish we were back in the good old days, you know, when we were just 40 people or 4 people and we were doing things and we knew each other and we were in love with each other. That's okay. Grieve if you need to. Here's what you need to do. You need to become the bartender for the business. Come up, tell me about your loss, tell me about your sad story, get sentimental, cry a little bit. Here's a towel to cry on, but here we go. We're going to keep on changing. So let them grieve, but keep moving. Third thing that you're going to feel when you go through change is that we're not all on the same page. You're going to think we're falling apart as a team. You're thinking we're not aiming in the same direction. We were so together before. Of course, what happens in change is you find out that we're not all ready at the same time. There's unevenness in our readiness, and that unevenness shows up in a kind of tension that you feel. That's normal enough. Just live with it. We're not all ready for change at the same rate. But what you need to do, here's what you need to do, is make sure you coach those late adopters into it. Help them get past their hesitation to change and encourage the early adopters and allow both of those to be part of your focus as leaders. Now, we're into resources. Every time you change, people have a crisis of resources. We don't have enough people. We don't have enough money. Oh, it's horrible. It's a crisis of resources. You feel isolated. You feel trapped, and people get emotional. If they don't give us more money, we're going to blow up. Well, here's how it works. It is not a time when there's going to be more resources. So what do you do? When you see this, you say, we can't focus on resources. We must focus on resourcefulness. And if we don't learn how to creatively get more out of who we are and what we've got, we're done. So it's a time to awaken the creativity for organization when you go through change. Now, when you're doing change, people want to go back to the old ways. They're going to say, I just wish we could do it the way we used to do it, with the people we used to do it, and the ways we used to do it. Yeah, sure, but you really want to go back to leather helmets? I mean, I'm saying there were some drawbacks there. So what happens is that there's an instinct to go back, and if you don't watch, people will sneak old ways into your change. Here's what you must do. You must assign someone, maybe you, to be the one who manages the journey, because change is a journey that must be managed, or else we'll go back to what we've always done. It's familiar. So, are you changing? What do you see? What do you feel? And what can you do to keep things moving? How do you make it happen? I understand the hesitancy, but we already know it has to happen. It has to happen. So, don't go changing. Pretty good lyric for a romantic song. Don't stop changing. Probably a better lyric for us here today. Don't stop changing.